Hey guys, welcome back to Sip and Dip with Chelsea. For today's video, I'm going to be showing y'all how I went from this oval shape to a short square on my natural nails. Because I have a lot of length to remove, I'm going to use clippers just to save a little bit of time. However, if you don't have a lot of length, then you don't have to do this step. When I am clipping this off, I am going to leave some extra because we don't want to take off too much. That will give us some room and length to shape them down how we want them. Now with my glass nail file, I'm going to get started on the shaping. So because I went from a rounded shape to now a square, I do have quite a bit of tapering going on the sidewalls, which means we need to take that free edge back, which is going to help cut down on some of the tapering that I have. When going for a blunt square shape, it's important how we hold our files. So I'm going to angle it in an upward motion towards my nail, and that's going to help get us that really square shape. Glass products are my go-to when I'm doing anything for my natural nails, and you can see I am going back and forth. So that is okay because glass products are more gentle. So I'm doing little bits at a time. Notice I'm just doing a little bit and then I'm stopping, doing a little bit and then I'm stopping. That's so I can keep an eye on the shape. Then when I think I'm done, I'm going to dust it off so I can really check it out. I am going to round out my corners just so I don't cut my little ones or scratch them on accident. So I'm just going to ever so slightly round them out. And then with all of this down here, we're going to use our file to just bring it forward and pull it off. So it's super simple. You're just going to go at an upward angle against that and the fraying will come off. Now that I'm done with this nail, I'm just going to do side by side on my other thumbnail to make sure that they're nice and even or as close as they can be. Now I'm going to get started on my next nail, just doing little bits at a time and keeping an eye on my shape. So I'm doing my best to angle my file in an upward motion. However, with this nail, I noticed I still had a lot of rounding going on after I thought I was done. So I'm going to show y'all how I fix that. Then I'm going to dust it off and round out the corners because at this point, remember, I thought I was done. And that's when I noticed this looks really round and not the blunt square that I'm looking for. So I'm going to angle my file upwards. This is why it is so important that we dust it off and check it out, do little bits at a time because we don't want to remove too much and then have to fix it later. So now I have some space, I can fix it, I dust it off, and I'm really happy now with the difference. Then all that's left is to remove that fraying, so we're just going to bring it forward and file in an upward motion. Now for my middle finger, I have a lot of tapering going on, which meant I overfiled on that sidewall when I had my previous shape. So to correct this, we're going to take this nail up a little bit shorter, so that's going to make it not look so tapered. However, something I want y'all to keep in mind when you're adding any sort of nail enhancement to your natural nail, especially dip powder, you are going to add bulk. So if you don't want it to look too bulky on those sidewalls, I suggest going for a tapered look anyways, so then you will still end up with a blunt square. So notice I'm going to stop, dust it off, check it out. We're going to round out these edges and make sure we don't take off too much on the sides because I've already removed a lot. I do notice here again, I've got that rounded shape. So that's why I dusted it off so I can check it out. Now I know I need to fix that. So we're going to angle our file in an upward motion so we get a very sharp square. If you're someone who doesn't like the glass file on your natural nails, then I would suggest using a 200 to 240 grit emery board file. All right, so now I think I'm done. I'm going to dust it off and I am much happier with how much more square that looks. So last thing we have to do is just remove that fraying. Now I'm going to finish the other ones up and I'm going to share with y'all some tips on how I can check the length. Both of our hands are different. Some fingers are going to curve, some nail beds are going to be longer than others. So how can we tell if it's even? The way that I like to judge it is by lining each of the nails up around the cuticle area in a straight line, because the pink part, so our nail bed that's attached to our finger, can be a different length and shape on each of our nails. So it's important that we don't judge it based on the white part, so the free edge of our natural nails, because look at this. Each of them are different lengths. If I were to judge it based on that, I would have a wonky set of natural nails. However, if you notice when I line them up each at the cuticle area, they're all the same length because some of my nail beds are longer than others. So it's important that we line them up at the cuticle area and make sure that they're all total the same length with nail bed and free edge. I don't have plans to add dip powder immediately after, so I'm going to go in with some cuticle oil now, just a little nail reset. I love this one lately, y'all. I have been using this religiously. It's the one I grabbed for. It has a very light floral scent. I just rub it all in into my skin and my nails, and it really is so nice. It's not greasy at all, and it absorbs beautifully. All right, y'all, that is it. That's how quick and easy you can change up your nail shape. Don't be afraid to explore and try out different shapes. You may find even that it works better for dip powder. Sometimes certain shapes like this one are more prone to cracking and chipping, while rounded shapes are not. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found today's video helpful, and I will see y'all next week.